In this video, I want to talk about my experiences in the past, my good experiences and my bad experiences. I want to share with you pictures of my story. I want you to get to know me a little bit better, what I did, the people friends I had, and what I did. What's my story? So I started out. Uh, I used to play a lot of sports when I was younger. I used to play futsal. I don't know if you know the sport. It's kind of football, but in a smaller pitch. Uh, at, at the moment, right there in the past, I had a lot of friends. I had a lot of social life. Uh, I won't lie to you. I used to have a lot of women. I was more confident. I had girlfriends. I had people that I really had a lot of people on my life when I was younger. Maybe in my teenage years, I used to do a lot of things. I was a normal teenager. I really wanted to be good at the sport. I also played a lot of Counter-Strike. I started playing Counter-Strike maybe at ages 14, 15. So I used to do both. I used to play Counter-Strike. I used to have a girlfriend. And I used to study and play sports. That was me when I was 15, 16, back in the day. Then, at 18, I didn't know what to do, so I had good grades. So I end up going to university because I was close to my father. I went to move on with my father. I lived with my father for 4 years at 17. My last year of high school, I don't know if I can say that, I lived with my father. I had a little bit of disagreements with my mother. I started working at 16 as a waiter, and at that age, I started making my money. I bought my first computer. This one is still the same. So it was $1,000. At the time I had a girlfriend. She was very nice to me. She used to drive me. She was very nice to me. She was very kind. Things that didn't end up turning that well. I wanted other experiences. I wanted to meet more women. I wanted to have more sex. I wanted to enjoy a little bit more of life. Besides always trying to work on sports, always trying to work. I felt like I didn't have that much pleasure in my teenage years that I could have in my university years. Then, like I said, I wound up living with my father. And when I moved to live with my father, I kept the same girlfriend for a while. Then I went to university. Then I played for sport. I played for the same team, and I went to the university. I met great friends in the university. I made 1 year of lockdown, 1 to 2 years of lockdown. I used to have a friend that I played Counter-Strike with. It was my teenage friend. His name's Dinish. He was also very, very good friend of mine. I spent a lot of time with him, going out, going to clubs. I did a lot of things with him. It was a very nice friendship. At the moment, we don't speak much, but he's going to be a father now. But that's just how life works. I ended up going to university. In university, I met other girls that I was interested in. I met beautiful women there. I ended up, being in a position where I had a new girl that I like, and I had my girlfriend. And I was spending a lot more time with the girl I like. I was kind of in a way flirting with her, almost kissing her. And I decided that I really wanted to be with her. I really wanted to have sex with her. I went to his house. I stayed a little bit of time with her. She had a boyfriend too, so out of respect to my girlfriend, we didn't do anything, but it for sure made my relationship a lot worse until we ended up. I was 19. I was single again. No girlfriends. No. Yeah, I bought a car. Meanwhile, my cousin, my uncle, she gave me a car. So All this happened when I was in university. I used to drive a Ford. I used to work. I used to drive a Ford. I used to work and I used to study. So I studied for a while. Then I finished university, single, with not many experiences. I didn't really took much out of university. For sure, I could have done a lot more in university. But I lived with my father, so I didn't leave my hometown. I felt like I had to leave my hometown. I felt like I needed something bigger. So I decided to move out to a bigger city. So I worked in a restaurant for a while. I saved up another $1,000 and I rented a room in an apartment. I met another beautiful woman. Her name's Tanya, and she was very kind to me. We lived together for like 3 months. I don't know how much longer I stayed. I think I stayed for 3 months in that apartment. At the time, I was studying for my master's degree, and I realized I didn't want to continue that path. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to make more money. So I came, I ended up coming home, not going to university anymore. And but there was a very nice moment of my life. I realized, okay, I wanted to do this. I want to do this. I want to live by my own. I want to have financially freedom. I want to, start my businesses, my YouTube channel. I want to learn new skills that I can possibly monetize. So I came back to my mom's house. We kind of made our relationship a little bit better. I gave myself this room. I worked a little bit at Burger King for a while, for a month or two. I saved up a little bit of money. Then I decided I wanted to sell my car because I couldn't afford to keep a car, and then I sold my car. Before I sold my car and before I worked on Burger King, I got an internship in another city of my country, in Coimbra. I had to move out again for a year. I moved out for a year, and I met a beautiful woman. I met Anna, and we had, we made love. We didn't have sex. We made love it was a very strong love. It was a really strong connection that I had with her when I was in Coimbra, living there. So I met her. I really fell in love with her. She was kind. She was supportive. She was an amazing woman. But unfortunately, I was lost. I still had a car. I had no skills. I couldn't afford to be by myself. I didn't know. I still had to level up in the game of entrepreneurship. So I decided to come back to my mom's house. I built this place. I used to work out, but not much. I didn't track calories. I couldn't find like a stable place where I could grind for like 5 years on a row. I never had that. I was always, trying to just get past classes, study in university. Then I was just like, okay, not really with a stable house, with a stable family, always with fightings and things like that. So when I finally afford this place, when I finally get this room, I bought a bed. I put some my books that I was acquiring. I was reading books. I was trying to get more knowledgeable, more skilled. When I was in Coimbra, I watched Iman Gadzhi for the first time. He gave me $5,000 for a video that I made at the time, saying his name for 10,000 times, and was everything while I was in the beginning of my channel. I wanted my first 50 subscribers, and it's just doing things to get attention. And I ended up things with Anna. She broke my heart for sure. It was very intense love, and I moved back to my mom's house, where the place I'm still at. This is a place I'm still working out, and I'm still going. So I've had like 3-4 girls in the past. I've slept with like 5. I had some casual sex. I kissed a lot of women in between, but I went to a lot of dates. But I feel like I could have skipped the matrix system, the school system, and just focus on my businesses, but I didn't know. I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't know I could be an entrepreneur. I didn't know I could make money online. I didn't know I could make 10k amount. That wasn't a reality. I didn't know I could be a millionaire. I had no, I had very low self-esteem at the time. I was very poor, always struggling with a car to keep, with gas prices, things like that. I could never, I could never, I could never be in a position where I'm like, okay, now I can date, now I can take a woman properly, I can be with a woman and be with a real relationship and build a real relationship, and I can provide for her. I had, but I made mistakes, and I wanted to try new woman, I wanted to try these new things, so that's why my first relationship didn't work. And then this relationship just had to move. I just had to move back to my mom's house. And focus on building. That's what I'm at. That's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm trying to focus on building and be an inspiration for you guys. I could help you with my experience. I could teach you how to get through university. I could teach you how to keep a girl. I could teach you how to get a girl. I've lived this far. I came back to my mom's place after the internship. I was 23. I think I was 23. I think I was 23. I tried streaming. I gave a shot on streaming. I streamed for a couple of weeks. Then I went to the internship. I came back. I got a job on Burger King. I met other women. I met beautiful women there, working there. And that was the moment I decided to sell my car. So I sold my car for 2,000 euros, and I bought this place. I made myself this place. I built this place. I got this. I got my desk. I built this place. So after that, I decided to do deliveries, make deliveries. I didn't know how much they would pay me. I didn't know how much I could make out of deliveries. So I went to deliveries. I worked in deliveries, and I did that for like 3 months. But I was on my bike, so I was barely making any money. I was making like 50 to 100 euros a month. So it's very, very shit, very, very low money. So I decided I had to do something different. I had to do something different. Then I decided to pursue a career on sports, on football, like I wanted to when I was younger. But it was too late, and I watched some tarot videos. They were telling me that I was gonna, get back to my dream, things like that. So I wasted like a year trying to be a footballer. I could have worked on this channel. I could have worked on my physique. I could have done a lot more than I actually did. So past that year, I realized I was getting things. I wasn't healthy anymore. I wasn't taking care of myself anymore. I wasn't making any money. I was just broke. I was being supported by my family. I was eating on my grandma house. So after that year, I decided to not to I won't be a footballer. That's okay. I have to do something else. I have to actually build something. And I started working with my father last year. I asked him to work with him for a few hours, and then I started working with my father, and I kept working with my father, and here I am making videos. I started smoking. So yeah, that's my journey so far. I still think that I can, now with my focus 100%. I don't know if I was self-sabotaging. I don't know the mistakes I was making, but I lost a lot of time. But I'm 25. I wasted a lot of time on university, and also wasted a lot of time playing Counter Strike. So just I didn't know I could be more. I didn't know I could be a YouTuber. I didn't know I could inspire people. I didn't know I could be on high ticket sales. I didn't know I could make a lot of money. That wasn't a goal for me. Of course I wanted money, but I had things. I had school, I had university to block me from working a real job and getting real money coming in on my bank account. So I'm still in that position. I've been working with my father for like 7 months now, and I recently speaking to another girl. I'm making her my girlfriend, to be honest. But she's not from Portugal. She's from Bangladesh. So I need to travel with her, and make more money, and maybe go live together. I don't know, but that's my story. That's basically everything from friends, relationships, jobs, shit jobs, experiences. I think that I've lived a lot. I think I've lived very different lives. I think I've in sports, in video games, in university, in different jobs. I had multiple experiences so far. I think you can learn from me to not waste your time, because at the end of the day, I think that a lot of like university and internship was just a waste of time. I could have been working on my businesses, on my body, but I worked on my experiences, and I had beautiful experiences. I started journaling when I was 22, 23. I started journaling. I started meditation. I started meditating. I built a good physique on 9 months that I was living with doing the internship. I was tracking my calories. I built a good physique. At the time, was a good physique for me because I was skinny. I was eating a lot, I remember. Then I had some one-night stands. I had a one-night stand with a black girl. She was very cute. Was very, everything worked out in the end. But I could have lived. I could have had more experiences if I moved out when I was 17, 18 to university in another city. I could have done more. I never tried drugs, but I do smoke cigarettes here and there now. And I'm here to make things happen. I don't know if I'm going to be a YouTuber, or if I'm going to be a salesman working on high ticket sales, or if I'm going to build my dark channels. In between, I start working on my dark channels. So I've been making some progress. I'm going to the gym more consistently now. I want to get better. I want to dress better clothes. I want to make more money. I want to be more disciplined, because I think you need discipline to do the things when you don't want to do the things. But I still sleep a little bit too much. But that's because I'm aiming too low. And my goal is to aim higher, and just get things done. I have to get things done, and I appreciate you guys for being here. That's my life story. That's from now, if you're watching this video, that's who I am. That's the friends I've had, the people I've met. I've had other girls. I worked on as a volunteer. I had I had a formation on how to be a volunteer. I've met very attractive women there, so I've kissed them, and I've also been with other women whilst I had work. So woman for me was always a natural thing when I was doing something. When I was studying, when I was working, there were women there. So I met women there, I connected with them, but I couldn't really keep a relationship because I was never stable. I was never, okay, this is what I'm doing, this makes sense, let's build a relationship together. So I think that's my problem. I think that I can solve that problem in the next couple of years if I actually put the work in, if I actually start making more money, and if I actually start leveling up. Maybe I can invite women into my life. And I can invite women and to stay, to build a family. I think that I've had different experiences. I don't know how much I want to just keep having those experiences rather than just having a family. I don't know. I still have to travel the world because I haven't traveled a lot. I just traveled a little bit, which was fascinating for me to meet new cities, to meet new cultures. It's not that different. It's within the same country, but it's a little bit different. A little bit different. Uh, but yeah, I was what I wasn't doing when I was younger. When I was in university, I could have traveled. I didn't. I did after university. I traveled a little bit. I went to this internship. It was amazing for me to learn to know new people, to get to know new people, new cities, and to travel. So that's what I'm at. That's what I'm at. I mean, I want to get into sales. I want to get into a better physique and a better YouTube channel. So this is why I'm here, to develop, to actually focus, to sit and focus on work that is meaningful, that makes sense for me and for the world, and that I can get paid to do this work. And yeah, I'm excited. So if you watch this far, thank you for being here. Leave a comment down below on something. If you like my journey, if you think that I can help you with girls, if you think I can help you with getting more out of life from what I've lived as a broke man, because I was always broke. I never really, never really, I didn't want it to be rich when I was younger. Of course, everyone wants to dream being rich, but my family is poor. My father is poor. He has a lot of limiting beliefs. He has a lot of, he has a lot of background that things didn't work as much as he wanted to. So I didn't want it to face him. So I was just comfortable being broke and being poor. And I had a great time, to be honest. I had a great time just living without having to worry about money, just not having to worry with bills, and just studying. I had a great time. And I had a car too. So, but it was a bit tough life because I couldn't do much. I was always staying at home, and I didn't even went to the gym. I didn't have money to afford the gym. I couldn't be on a diet because I was eating on my grandma and sleeping on my father's house. I was always juggling things. I was never in a stable house like I am now. Now I'm in a stable position. I can eat here. I can train very close to my house. I have a gym now that's very close to my house. So right now I can make changes, and I'm learning with Taha high ticket sales. I'm learning with other YouTubers about dark channels, about creating a dark channel and getting views, going viral with the videos. So I don't know what's the next steps of my life going to be. I don't know if I'm going to just focus on YouTube and grind on YouTube, or if I'm going to just grind on high ticket sales, because I think that's the most reasonable. That's one of the most reasonable paths that I can take, because at the end of the day, high ticket sales is sales, and it's one of the best skills to learn to do well in life financially. So I think I'm at the right moment at the right time, after all these experiences, after all these women that I had whilst always being broke, after all these shit jobs, after all this crazy life, after all this working there, traveling, this and that. I think I finally am at the place where I can stay focused for a year, for 2 years, for 5 years, and actually make changes in my financial life. And then, of course, in my dating life, if things end up the way I see them going. So that's the video. If you learn something from me, if you want to learn something from me, I don't know. I don't care if you think that I can help you. Leave a comment down below, or book a call with me. I can go on a call with you and I help you with anything you want. If you want gym coaching, if you want me to speak about women and how I dated so many women and how I had so many women in my past. I didn't sleep with a lot of women. I slept with like 5 to 6 maybe 7 girls in total in my life. But that's also because of my self-image at the time. I didn't improve my self-image. I wasn't too confident. I wasn't comfortable being myself. I never had a place. I never, I was always living with my family. The only time I had living alone, I slept with 2 girls, and I spent some time with other girls. But like I said, when I was younger, I was maybe until 21, 22. I never really felt comfortable sleeping with women. To be honest, I was like, I'm not good enough, or I don't know how to have sex. I can't take. I don't know what to do in bed. I don't know what to actually do to make a woman feel good, or to make myself also feel good. I was never confident until maybe ages of 22, 23. Then I had this girl, and things just unfold for me. I realized, okay, this it's not that hard. You take a girl on a dinner, you bring her home, you of course you have to have some money, but that's it. That's the story of my life. And if you want to learn something from me, if you have something to learn from me, just leave a comment and subscribe. Cheers.